Your plans aren't working, your client is being an a-hole, and you are starting to feel frustrated at work. And little by little, you are now updating your portfolio, your online profile, and at the same time, you are already looking for other clients. Well, there's nothing wrong with updating your online portfolio and your resume, but learning how to tweak your feeling of frustration could be a very big help for you to grow, especially in this online space. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing you have to do to handle your frustration is to give yourself some time and a little moment. Now, yes, it's true there are quite some competitions, not only in a corporate world, but even in online space as well, since, say, for example, you are working within a team. Now, not all the time you have to react to whatever bad situation or whatever bad news. Giving yourself a moment or a time to analyze the situation first before you react is a good practice so that you won't be able to always react negatively in whatever situations that you have at work. So in this way, you would start to be mindful of how you would react to whatever situation, whether with that is within your colleague or within your teammate or even between you and your client. Another way for you to handle the frustrations at work is looking at the bright side of things. Now, this is what I really practice, especially if I started to work alone as a freelancer, because not all feedback, especially from your client, is always a compliment. Most of the time, clients are criticizing your work, but always remember that those criticism are constructive criticism, wherein in that way you would be able to learn what have you done wrong and what can you make to improve it. Now, this also applies if you wanted to start something new, wherein I also mentioned these kinds of mindsets on one of my previous video. It would also help you handle frustrations by analyzing what's working and what's not working. It's good to examine your position, your job, and find things that is working, because changing your perspective by focusing on what's working on your end will be able to help eliminate the feeling of frustration. Like, for example, in my case, since I started working online, again, it's a one-man team. What's working for me is that I can work any time of the day, and at the same time, I can discuss with my client whether if there is a need to adjust the rates or adjust my compensation. So in that way, I was able to not give up whenever I feel that I'm already starting to get frustrated at work, because I was able to find something that is working within my own creativity, and at the same time that works within my schedule, being a mother, a wife, and also an editor. When things are starting to feel like a little messy and frustrating at work, it's good to start talking to your manager or to your client, because no one would be able to understand your perspective as an employee or as a freelancer like your clients or your managers. Now, just remember, whenever you wanted to air a frustration to your clients or to your manager, it is good to be prepared when you wanted to meet them and talk to them personally or via online conversation. Presenting your argument or your frustrations to your client calmly and professionally will somehow help you to make them feel that you really love your job, but it's just that there are aspects of it that you need to change. And most likely, your request will be approved. Another way for you to handle your frustration is that, say, for example, you are being micromanaged by your client, and it's just like every step that you do for providing the result is being micromanaged by your client, and it's just like you don't have the freedom to do what you think that is efficient for your job. Now, the good thing here to handle the frustration in this kind of situation is to look for an opportunity to make positive changes in this kinds of situation. Now, how is that? So say for example, this client is really like a control freak that really, wants to micromanage everything, but yet you wanted to stay with him or with her and you're happy doing the work. Another way to look for an opportunity and make positive changes is that, say for example, after a few hours of working with this client, you may step aside on your work for a few minutes, like 30 minutes or an hour, and maybe cuddle with your dogs or draw something or find a new hobby or read something or even watch a funny movie, just for you to feel more refreshed and relaxed after that stressful hour of working with your client. Also, learning new skill would be able to help you at least divert your attention and your feeling after working with the client, because in that way you would be able to express more of your creativity and learn new skills as well. And lastly, handling your frustration would be a little easy if you see that situation as your motivation and just focus on your abilities. So this is good as like every time you feel a little frustrated and it seems like things are getting messy at work, it's good to find the good in that situation and focus on how you would be able to improve your work and the efficiency of your deliverables. Remember that you were able to get that client or you were hired by this company because you have the skills and the abilities to deliver a quality work when it comes to that particular job. So make sure that you still work on improving yourself and improving your abilities so that whenever you feel like your client or your manager is not being nice to you, at least you are confident that you are delivering a quality work. Now, also observe yourself. Like, for example, if you are already leaning towards that negative side of the situation, take a moment and think about how you would be able to make things positive and make it work for you so that you would still be able to enjoy your job and your client as well. So these are simple proven ways for you to be able to handle whatever kind of stress and frustrations that you have at work or with working with a specific client. Always remember that from time to time you would feel burned out or frustrated because, your plans is not coming into fruition based on your timeline. So just remember that it's just part of the journey and all you have to do is just look at the bright side of things. Till then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos to come here on my channel. See you! Bye!